Hey Kylie, and welcome back. So, living in a tent, things you didn't know. Well, there's lots of things that you may or may not know. There's lots of things you may and probably do know. But this is our take on it. Let's have a look, shall we? But before we continue, if you are a fan of the outdoors, seasoned or unseasoned,
there's dog. Smash that like button.
Subscribe and share around for us. It really does help. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we?
So, one of the things maybe that you get to indulge in when you actually spend a long time in a location is the wildlife comes to you. Particularly, actually, if you're a quiet person, you know, we try to keep the camp quiet. We don't do fires. And as you'll see from the clip, well, we've managed to obtain a whole family of robins now. I mean, it's hilarious. They come in the tent.
Yep.
You know, they fight over their little snacks, and it's such a. I guess it's our wild TV.
Let's have a look at this clip for a minute. Isn't that weird? Like the noises that comes out with, yeah, it was recorded in slow motion, but it's super weird, but it's so rewarding, isn't it?
Yeah, but we've even named them.
Yeah.
Because Princess was my first robin that I acquired and made friends with last year when we was at the same pitch.
Yeah, I mean, that was in the members only as well, so
yeah,
it was like hidden from you guys.
So I acquired little Princess and she was feeding from my hand and it was a lovely affair. Then we disappeared, went and done our travels. When we came back, turned out Princess has a husband.
Yeah,
so,
dirty leg.
So we decided Princess sleeps with a P, doesn't she? So now he's P. So we have Princess and P. But then, shortly after that, she turned up with some fledglings. And at first we only saw one, then we saw two, then we saw three. There's 3 fledglings. So they were Tweedledum, Tweedledee, and of course you got to have Alice.
Yeah, because
who the F is she
is Alice?
You could say this is the more fun side of being able to live nomadically. It's the fun time to when we stay static for a little bit, and
yeah,
it's not just the robins.
No, it's all of nature. I mean, nature. Even if you sit and watch nature. I mean, I know we took a stab at TA. Don't worry about it, man. You were cool with it. But you were really right. Yeah, the more you sit in nature and you just watch what's in nature, what happens is you start to notice a hell of a lot more. And we've been in situations where dogs been led down and we've had the doors open and we're just reading, sort of thing. And all of a sudden, there's deer and there's like a whole herd of deer passing through and they're just looking at us, we're looking at them, and they're literally 4 foot away.
Yeah.
You know, they're creeping around the side of the tent. So with that, yeah, the longer you're in an area, especially if you're not having fires, stick around for that one, we'll tell you why. You know, nature will come. Anyway, so what's this about fires, babe?
Think about the natural order of things. Nature is always going to be intimidated by the smell of burning wood. They're always going to avoid that because it's in their DNA, right? They're genetically coded to avoid the smell of burning wood or fire,
yeah,
for obvious reasons. So because we're using the can stove, I mean, where we're situated, we just wouldn't bother even with the stick stove, to be honest. But we just use the can stove, so we're not emanating the smell of burning wood. We have the robins dancing around me as I'm cooking and they're fighting over the food because obviously they're very territorial. They'll fight over the food and they're flying around past the flames and past my cook pot. I'm like, oh, dear me. It's quite scary. I'm thinking any day now, one of them's just going to poof. I mean, gone. A gulf of flames flying off into the woodlands. Let's hope not.
And obviously with that, I mean, if you look at the nature documentaries and things like that, when there's a fire, all the animals start to flee. You don't want to be doing that when you're out in the outdoor environment, not at all.
Not if you want to enjoy nature, put it that way.
No, I mean, so many people will go, oh, I need a fire, And I know it is mesmerising, you can sit there and watch it for hours if you've got the wood for it. But it's that smoke and it's that danger that nature will eventually go, nope.
Which nicely leads on to one of our next reveals, if you like. Why is it that we are so adverse on fires and all the rest of it? It's because the novelty wears off.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
live this way. So you imagine if we was to make an actual ground fire every day to do our breakfast and our dinner and to make our coffees, imagine how much wood we'll be getting through.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to source that wood, you've then got to break that wood down. And I mean, we wouldn't have any wood left in the blooming woodland by the time we'd finished, would we?
No.
So
No.
it just, and I guess it's the practice of doing that all the time. It becomes laborious,
Yeah.
you know, and it's not required when I can just go pour, light, oh, there we go, fire.
Job done.
It just, I guess there's a lot of things when you live this way for so long that there's no novelty to it anymore.
No.
So the beautiful sceneries where you can sit and look out across the top of the hills.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, like when we're in Wales, you know, beautiful scenery like that. Yeah, you can't beat it. But like you could just walk up there with a coffee in the morning.
Yeah, we tend to do that because we'll put it this way. At least that way, we're not going to get bussy because we're nice and nestled in, and we still get to enjoy the view. It's just we get up and take a little walk to go enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of working people. I mean, obviously we work for YouTube. A lot of people on their way to work, they'll grab a coffee.
One of the main things actually that we've found is something that's changed, I guess, from a novelty perspective, is things like sitting out in the evening.
Yeah.
Now, people will put their torch on, they'll have their campfire and they'll sit out in the evening and, you know, have a drink or whatever. We don't tend to do that. The minute it starts getting dark, we're in the tent because we just settle down for the night.
It's nighttime.
Yeah, it saves having to brighten ourselves up with a light. And let's face it, in the summer, you're just getting eaten alive doing something like that. So,
Yeah.
no, you're all right. I'd rather sit in the tent, chill out, do a bit of reading or have a chat or watch a bit of YouTube.
Yeah, definitely.
When we first started living this way, of course we done all that sort
Yeah,
of
you
thing.
wanted a campfire and you're trying to get as much gear as possible and
the gear acquisition syndrome.
yeah,
dear
gas.
me.
Everyone gets gas. I mean, to be honest, what we've got in our kit bags, when you have a look at our winter loadout, for instance, the thing is with that, it leads us on to the next thing, is always having a backup.
Yes.
You know, we have minimal backups, very minimal backup, but it works well. And we're not carting that around with us. We will use friends, families,
Yeah.
clients as well that we work for.
And ordinarily, we usually have a spare tent with somebody.
Yes.
Currently, however, and for quite a few months now, we haven't actually got one sorted as a spare.
Although it is in the pipeline.
Yes, yeah.
We've just been paid by YouTube, so I think we might. So the next thing, weather. Nature will tell you what the weather's doing, believe it or not. I've been studying it for many, many years, and I run that with the Met, I run that with Windfinder, with lightning maps, and also with the Space Weather Prediction Center as well. Just to see if there are any familiarities, any discrepancies in what nature's saying to us and what people are saying to us, right? But you literally, I've said to you loads of times, haven't I? You see the odd fern just going like that. There's no wind, but it will just move, all right? That has teamed up, and I'm going, oh babe, I think there's a storm coming in, haven't I? And with that, we've looked at the radars and all that lot, and yeah, without fail, there's a storm coming in. Just for some reason, and also like the birds, the animals, they start acting differently. They're kooky. And I know there was someone in one of the comments at some point said, oh, but Google says that's not true, that nature will tell you and the birds and stuff like that. But it is, when you spend long enough out here, I mean, 11 years like we have, you see so many different things, don't you? Mm. I mean, no one told the Inuits or the Eskimos or anyone like that, or they're wrong. Or when they've done the rain dance, all of a sudden it starts raining. You know, they've been at it a long, long time. They just know the environment in which they're in. Like, you know when you walk into your house and you go, what did I walk in this room for? Or you know something's been put out of place. You just know, it becomes second nature. And out here, the same for us. It becomes second nature, and we just know typically what the weather's going to be doing, what nature's trying to say. Listen, watch, nature will tell you. We pause the video here to give thanks to you for buying us the coffee. Really appreciate it. Thank you, HB.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, really appreciated. And if you do want to, you know, get to know us a bit more and have a bit more in-depth lives and cook-alongs with Tara and bits and bobs like that, consider becoming a member. You know, it's only $4.99 a month, and for that we get members giveaways, all sorts of things, don't we? So,
Yeah, we're doing lives for the members,
Yeah.
and we're adding a much more personal touch for members.
yeah, it will be awesome. Anyway, let's get back into it, shall we?
Following on from that, you know, we often are asked, well, what do you do when it just rains all the time? Like, well, I guess it's similar to yourself, right? Like when you're at home, if it's raining outside, what do? You probably put your feet up, you watch a bit of TV, you might do a bit of reading, a bit of sewing if that's your thing, or like me, you might do a bit of art. You know, we just have what you call down days, so we would just stay in the tent and make the most of it. I mean, poor Mod does get a little bit, what would you call it, cabin fever.
I get tent fever.
Particularly if it's longer than a day.
Yeah, but it's only because of me clots. I get tent fever because I know I've got to keep moving and all that lot. But yeah, it's let us know what you do down in the comments. Like, what do you do when it's storming and raining and real shit weather out there?
Occasionally, because you know we still have to live life, and if you've got an empty kitchen, for example, and it's absolutely heaving down outside, I mean, you just got to go and face it, right, and get it done because you need food, right? So we just literally operate the same as you would at home.
Yeah.
There's no difference in that at all.
No.
I don't think. I mean, maybe in that you might go out with a brolly. We don't actually own a brolly because I'm carrying one of those around.
No, we might have a net chicks and flill. Yeah, well, I'll stick to that, net chicks and flill. Netflix and chill.
Oh.
We won't go down that rabbit hole, but let us know what you do down in the comments.
Yeah, what's your down day? We call it a duvet day, but we won't ask you what you do on your duvet day because we don't really want to know that. But yeah, what do you do on your down days when it's raining outside and you've got nothing else to do? Can't go out, right?
Any good books?
Yeah. Any good films, actually?
Yeah.
That's one we're always interested in knowing about.
Just not the salt path. It's a bit salty at the moment. Another thing that is something that you might not know is sleeping on the ground for long periods of time can get painful, especially if you don't move. And with that, it can be sore. The ground compacts, it becomes hard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you end up constantly tossing and turning, and your back can ache because you slipped down in the night, and that's become compacted over time.
Yeah, and sometimes the soil will compact over rocks that you didn't even know were there.
Yeah.
So it can be a bit, you know, sometimes it's a case of you just need to move because your sleep situation has got too compacted and uncomfortable.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're not homeless. So, I mean, when we're doing long stays, it'll be, for 3 months at a time. But because we're nomadic, we'll move around, and that gives time for nature to replenish itself, push the mud back up. So when we do continue on our circuits, we come back to those locations, they're nice and fluffy again.
Yeah, although, saying that, for example, if we was to be given a mattress to sleep on, forget it. It's just a nightmare, isn't it? I cannot get comfortable on a mattress at all. No.
I mean, some old friends of ours lent us their Heimer for a night because our old Vanguard Orion 200 broke. And they said, oh, sleep in the caravan whilst we fix our tent. No, if any of you know the story from way back when, I got motion sick.
It was a complete disaster.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I woke up to him in the middle of the night. He was going both ends.
Front and back.
Oh, I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I can't. He was motion sick because I was fidgeting so much, and I guess you were too. And this Heimer's rocking because we just couldn't get comfortable on this mattress.
Yeah, the van was rocking, but we weren't rocking. No.
Well, not in that way, but yeah, I love him. I had to make him a bramble tea, didn't I?
Bramble tea just to settle my stomach and all that lot. But yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. And but if it becomes uncomfortable, just move, find a new location.
But I guess one of the things is, though, from that is once you've slept on the floor for so long, you really do become used to that. The floor, it's almost like you get comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah. I guess that's the best way to describe that.
Yeah. I met a guy yesterday. He was like, are you the log people? I was like, yeah, we're the log hoppers. He said, have you really been at it for that long? I said, yeah. I said, but he was like, so like, how do you charge things and that? And I went, mate, honestly, guess what? I've just picked up our chargers from your shop. So now you've seen it in real life. Real life? Real life.
Real time.
Real time. People help and charge our belongings. We do have a solar panel. Go and check that video out. It is really good, but obviously under the canopy, it's very, very slow, but it charges your phone daily.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good job. If not, as we said before, in how we charge our gear, it's only a phone. You know, that's all we've ever made our YouTube videos with, is a phone, a good idea, and then internet connection.
Little mics.
Yes, some tiny little mics, little cheapo £39 things.
And people think you need all these gadgets to do a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know.
Like the DJI mics, you know, they cost like 250 quid. A lot of money.
We're not going
needed.
to spend that sort of money out here. It's
No.
so pointless, isn't it? You don't get wet, they're done.
Yeah. But I mean, the simple things like that, charging, yeah, just battery packs, friends, family, same again.
Yeah.
Or the solar panel.
Yes. So aside from the romanticism of this lifestyle, and it clearly is a certain amount of romantic to it.
Yeah.
There is. But we're not absolved from having to deal with your mundane everyday problems.
Same as you.
You know, we have family, we have health issues, we have health issues with family, we still have our arguments and fallout, and you know, life still throws some stuff at you, and you still have emotional challenges. You just trade one set of problems for another.
You do.
So for us, I guess, visiting family and stuff, it's all about, we need the finance to be able to get there. We need to make sure that appointments are arranged at a time that we can afford to get to a certain place. And, you know, we just navigate our problems.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I think that's one of our main graces, I think, that we have, is because we've got so many circuits that we frequent all over the UK, be that for work, be it for family, be it for leisure, be it for just some headspace to just get out and
Or the change in the flora and fauna.
yeah, I mean, especially because we move the seasons as well, so foraging and things like that, we can deplete an area fairly quickly, just off of our own personal needs, from what we really need.
And we would never strip an area. So when we think that we're running low on supplies, like foraging supplies, we just move on.
Yeah. So, you know, it is about trying to navigate that as a whole, with the family, with the health, with all those things, and making sure that we've got different pods, bubbles, some of you have said bubbles, all over, so it makes life a little bit easier for us.
Yeah.
A bit like you guys, if you were to have houses all over the country that you could just dot one to the other to go and see so and so, holiday homes people have and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not really extreme nomads as it might have been banded around in the past. I don't know what even that means, but
we're just nomads.
yeah, we're just people, aren't we?
Just people like you.
Yeah.
We've been living with problems the same as you do. Some of our problems might be slightly different, but we probably still have the same weight. You know, it just did change one set of problems for another. That's all.
And we do it from out here, and you do it from inside your house, flat, car, van, boat, whatever. So I guess if you've got any questions, leave them down in the comments for us. And until next time, happy hopping.